I think the most memorable event actually came closer to the end of my college experience. I mentioned before that I joined the jazz orchestra and had some of my best experiences through music. In my final month in college, I was given the opportunity to perform at a famous jazz hall in Washington, D.C., where I performed a solo for a crowd of a few hundred. Hearing my trombone sing as I played that solo and the wide applause that followed after was one of the most heartwarming and joyful experiences I've had in college.
I have a lot of memorable events from college, but one of the most recent ones I would say is winning New England regional championships as a coxswain. And it was such an uplifting moment for myself personally because it was the culmination of all the hard work I've put in, for my team because they work really hard and I think that we were the best. And I think that just in general, sporting events like that, all my friends came to cheer for me. My parents couldn't go, but they were watching the live stream from home. And I thought that it was going to a sporting event, competing, having all your friends be there. It seems like a very quintessential college experience to me.
A memorable event from college would probably have to be March 2020. That was before we got sent home from COVID. I just remember we had just come back from spring break and the weather in North Carolina was absolutely perfect, where like everyone will just like get their blanket and study outside. They'll like play frisbee together and the weather's perfect and you just look around and you're like, I'm so happy to be here right now. I think that college campuses offer like an array of activities. You know, my school is really kind of small, but we really enjoy basketball. It's kind of like where our energy goes. It's actually the school that Stephen Curry went to, so that's like kind of what we're known for. And so we were in March Madness this past spring, and so my school gave out like 500 or so free tickets to like the first people that like signed up. I got a free ticket to go to the game, which was really cool, and like lots of clubs will offer like events with like free food. There's gonna be like a social club on campus that'll organize like school-wide events and stuff, which I would say go to because you never know who you might meet and you never know what, like it could turn out to be like really fun.
I think that going to sporting events actually is a really good way to kind of partake in US culture because especially American football, because you can't really find it anywhere else other than the US. It's not necessarily like the game that helps you bond with the culture, but it's a really big social event, so it's a great place to go and like eat a hot dog, which sounds silly. I don't really understand football, but like I have a great time watching it because I'm surrounded by my friends and it's really exciting, so I would really recommend that as a way to learn more about US culture and integrate yourself socially as well.
I think one of the best ways to experience US culture is simply through living through it. It seems like everyday history is being made in some way or form. If I were to recommend anything for international students to understand America, I think the best thing to do is to travel. Go with friends and explore new places that you've never been to. Everyone knows about New York, Washington, Los Angeles, and Miami, but they don't know much about Memphis, Minnesota, Nevada, or Nebraska. These are places that are off the beaten path, that represent more of America than any of these single cities could. Although it's very nice to go to these cities to understand what they mean for American culture. The best way to understand America is to see it for yourself.